Hello, hi. I just got home from work. I actually got off a little bit early today, which is very rare if you're a resident doctor. So I went to the gym for a little bit and then I was craving some chili. So I went to Aldi, picked up a couple of items. So let's make some chili. Some ground turkey chili, which I'm very excited about. The lighting is so terrible in this apartment at nighttime, but we're just gonna make do with what we've got.
Of course, you should start off any meal by washing your hands real good, especially because I had just come from the gym. This is a very simple chili recipe. Basically, all you're gonna do is open all of your cans of vegetables. I usually use 3 types of beans. I have kidney beans, pinto beans, and black beans for that extra protein. And I also will add corn in there as well. I know it looks like I grabbed that bean and put it back in there, but I really didn't. It fell down the drain. Any good recipe starts with some onions and some garlic. So I cut up 1 large onion. Look at me here trying so hard to hold the onion in the proper way, quote unquote proper way. And it just wasn't working. This is how I learned to cut onions. So let me be true to myself. I grated a tiny bit of Scotch bonnet as well, just for a little bit of kick. It didn't really make it spicy, but I feel like it gave it some really good flavor. Okay, so we start off with some olive oil, and then I put the ground turkey in there. It started to stick, but after a while, the moisture really helped. Throw your onions in there, throw my garlic in there, the Scotch bonnet in there, and cook that down until the onions are like really translucent or start to get really soft. And then I'm adding here some seasonings. I added chili powder, pepper, salt, and I always freeze my leftover tomato paste so that it doesn't go bad. And then I added the canned roasted tomatoes, and I'm African, so we put jimbo in everything. And then I had looked up a recipe and they put cumin powder in there, and I don't know why I've never put cumin powder in my previous chili recipes, but it was so good. So good. So this is after about 45 minutes of it simmering on like medium low on the stove. It looks so good. My mouth is watering. And of course, you always got to find something to wash before you actually start eating. So I actually did have it with a slice of sourdough bread that I got from Aldi as well. And this kombucha, which I got from Aldi as well. King of the Hill is one of my comfort shows, which is so random. I know. You know that feeling when you're craving something and you make it or you buy it and it tastes exactly like what you were craving? I was so happy. Literally, this thing tasted so good. It was so warm. It was so cozy. It was exactly what I needed. And the kombucha was bomb too. I like to prep my breakfast the day before. I usually have overnight oats because it's quick. I can have it on the go. And I make it very basic way with some chia seeds, some flaxseed for some extra fiber. Keep you nice and regular. and I add about half a cup of milk. I'm using regular milk here, but I've also used oat milk. I've used almond milk. I add a little bit of water because I don't want it to be too thick. I don't like my overnight oats too thick. And I add some agave. In the past, I've also added cut up dates, which was really, really good. And I add nutmeg and cinnamon as well. I have this thing that was gifted to me. It's like an overnight oat cup. It has the spoon inside. Super convenient. I love having it. And I love the color too. And in the morning, I will add like half of a cut up apple and some sliced almonds as well. Again, great for extra fiber. This whole thing has like 12 to 15 grams of fiber, which is amazing. We're all supposed to shoot for 40 grams of fiber, okay?
So I wanted to share the books that I'm reading. This is very crooked. What's going on? So right now I'm reading Homegoing by Ya Gyasi. And then I'm also listening to Second Tide is the Charm, which is a really cute like second chance romance. It's fine. It's looking like a 3-star right now. I'm about 60% of the way through. Homegoing. So I have this problem. I've been picking up books and I don't read the synopsis. That's on me. I don't know what I thought Homegoing was, but it is a very heavy, multi-generational, and it spans across many years, and it covers it tells us the story from multiple different people's perspectives in the same family, and they're all related, but themes of slavery, themes of the transatlantic slave trade. So if that's triggering for you, maybe skip that one. But so far it is really good. I'm about 20% of the way through, and then I need to go on my Goodreads to see what books I recently read, because I forget all the time. Does anybody else have a toxic relationship with Frida McFadden in her books? Why do I keep going back to Frida McFadden's books? Why every time she publishes a new book, I'm the first in line? I'm at my libraries, I'm on the Libby app placing a hold on the book like weeks before it comes out. Why? Because the last book that I read by her was The Crash, 1 star. I also listened to Society of Lies by Lauren Lynn Brown. It was okay. I rated it 2 stars. It was probably like 2.5 stars. It was okay. The first part of the story I felt like was good, and it felt like it was going somewhere, but then I feel like the last part of it felt a little bit disjointed, and I don't know if we lost the plot. We lost the plot a little bit. I also read The Maid. Finally, this book has been like, I've been seeing it everywhere for many years, but I finally read it. It was a 3 stars. It was okay for me. It wasn't amazing. So far in 2025, that's what I've read / listened to. I am looking for book recommendations. I like romance, I like thrillers, I like murder mysteries, and I love romance books that center Black and brown people. So if y'all have any suggestions, please let me know, because I have not had not even a 4-star read this year, and we're in February. How? I have a feeling that Homegoing though is gonna be, she's gonna be that girl. She's gonna make me cry, but she's gonna be that girl. Ness was not certain she would ever get used to hearing English spill out of the lips of black people. In Mississippi, Essie had spoken to her in Twi until their master caught her. He'd given Essie 5 lashes for every Twi word Ness spoke, and when Ness, seeing her battered mother, had become too scared to speak, he gave Essie 5 lashes for each minute of Ness's silence. Before the lashes, her mother had called her Mame, after her own mother, but the master had whipped Essie for that too, whipped her until she cried out, "My goodness," the words escaping her without thought, no doubt picked up from the cook, who used to say it to punctuate every sentence. And because these had been the only English words to escape Essie's mouth without her struggling to find them, she believed that what she was saying must have been something divine, like the gift of her daughter, and so that goodness had turned into simply Ness. Aww.